Are you tired of seeing your VA claims get denied? Hey everyone, welcome to Vet Mentor AI. Let's face it, navigating the world of VA claims can feel like you're lost in a labyrinth, right? You've served our country, you deserve those benefits, and the last thing you need is a denied claim adding stress to your life. Have you ever had your VA claim denied? Frustrating, right? Don't worry, you're not alone. The truth is, more than 30% of VA claims are denied every year, often due to common mistakes that are totally avoidable. But that's why we're here. Today, we're sharing 3 proven strategies to ensure your VA claims are approved every time. Think of this as your battle plan, your roadmap to success. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to make sure this never happens to you again. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with the most crucial element of your VA claim, the Nexus. Now, Nexus might sound like a fancy legal term, but it's really just a fancy way of saying connection. Think of it like this. The Nexus is the bridge that connects your current medical condition directly to your time in service. No bridge, no way to get your claim approved. You see, the VA needs to see a clear line from point A, your service, to point B, your current health struggles, and that's where a lot of veterans get tripped up. They assume the VA just automatically knows how their service affected them, but trust me, the clearer you are in proving that connection, the smoother your claim process will be. So how do you build this rock-solid nexus? It all boils down to documentation, my friends. And when I say documentation, I'm talking about more than just your discharge papers. We need to gather evidence that paints a complete picture of your service and how it relates to your current condition. Think back to your time in service. Did you experience any specific incidents, accidents, or exposures that could have contributed to your condition? Maybe it was prolonged exposure to loud noises, extreme temperatures, hazardous chemicals, or even the stress of combat. Write it all down. Every detail matters. Include dates, locations, the circumstances of the event, and how it impacted you then and now. And don't just rely on your memory. Dig up those old medical records, both military and civilian. These records are like gold, folks. They provide objective proof of your condition and how it's progressed over time. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Remember how I said the VA needs to see a clear connection? Well, sometimes that connection isn't always obvious, especially with conditions like PTSD, where the symptoms might not appear until years later. That's where a strong Nexus letter comes in. A Nexus letter is like a secret weapon in your VA claim arsenal. It's a detailed statement from a medical professional like a doctor or psychologist that directly links your current condition to your military service. Think of it as a professional vouching for you, explaining in medical terms how your service could have caused your condition. They'll review your medical history, consider your service experiences, and provide their expert opinion on whether or not there's a connection. A well-written Nexus letter can be the difference between a denied claim and a stamp of approval. But here's the thing about Nexus letters. Not all are created equal. You want to make sure you're working with a medical professional who understands VA claims and knows how to write a compelling and persuasive letter. Don't be afraid to shop around and find someone who you feel comfortable with and who has a good track record with VA claims. Remember, building a strong Nexus is like laying the foundation for your entire claim. It's the most critical piece of the puzzle. Take your time, gather your evidence, and don't be afraid to seek help from professionals who can guide you through the process. Okay, so you've built a rock-solid Nexus, connecting your condition to your service. Now it's time to tackle the next hurdle, submitting your claim. And let me tell you, this is where attention to detail is key. You see, the VA receives a mountain of claims every single day, and even a tiny error or omission can send your claim straight to the rejection pile. We don't want that, right? So, think of this chapter as your guide to becoming a VA claim submission ninja. We're going to break down the process step by step, ensuring you submit a complete, accurate, and airtight claim that'll make those VA processors jump for joy. First things first, gather your documents. And I'm talking about everything. Your DD-214 medical records, service treatment records, any supporting documents for your Nexus, the whole 9 yards. Organize these documents neatly and make copies of everything. Trust me, you don't want to be scrambling for lost paperwork later on. Now, it's time to choose your weapon, or rather, your submission method. You can go old school and mail in your claim, but let's be honest, who has time for snail mail these days? The VA's online portal, va.gov, is your new best friend. It's user-friendly, secure, and you can track your claim's progress every step of the way. Once you're in the portal, take your time filling out the forms. Read every question carefully and answer honestly and completely. Avoid using jargon or technical terms. Remember, you're trying to communicate with someone who might not have a medical background. Keep it clear, concise, and easy to understand. Now here's a pro tip. Don't leave any blanks. If a question doesn't apply to you, write NA for not applicable. Leaving blanks can raise red flags and delay your claim. We want to make this process as smooth as possible, right? When it comes to describing your condition, be specific. Don't just say, "My back hurts." Tell them where it hurts, when it hurts, how often it hurts, and how it impacts your daily life. The more detail you provide, the better the VA can understand the severity of your condition. Remember those supporting documents we talked about earlier? This is where they come into play. Upload them to your online claim or attach them to your mailed-in application. These documents provide the evidence to back up your claims and strengthen your case. And here's another crucial tip. Keep copies of everything. Make copies of your completed forms, your supporting documents, and even your submission confirmation. This way you'll have a record of everything you submitted just in case anything gets lost or misplaced. Once you've submitted your claim, pat yourself on the back. You've just taken a huge step towards getting the benefits you deserve, but don't get too comfortable just yet. The VA claim process can be a bit of a waiting game, but don't worry, we're in this together. Chapter 3. Acing your C&P exam, show up like a pro. Alright, you've built a strong Nexus, submitted a flawless claim, and now you're anxiously awaiting the next step, the compensation and pension exam, or the C&P exam for short. Now, I know the thought of an exam might make some of you nervous, but trust me, this isn't your typical pop quiz. Think of it more like a conversation with a medical professional who's trying to get a better understanding of your condition and how it impacts your life. This exam is your chance to shine, to showcase the legitimacy of your claim, and provide the VA with a first-hand account of your experiences. So, let's ditch the nerves and approach this exam with confidence and preparation. Because when you're prepared, you're empowered. First things first, schedule your exam promptly. The VA will send you a notification with a list of available dates and times. Don't procrastinate. The sooner you schedule your exam, the sooner you can move forward in the claims process. Now before you walk into that exam room, let's talk strategy. Remember all those details you meticulously documented in your claim? This is where they come in handy. Review your claim thoroughly. Refresh your memory on dates, events, and specific symptoms. The more consistent your story is, the stronger your case becomes. And speaking of stories, this is not the time to downplay your struggles or try to be tough. Be honest and open with the examiner about how your condition affects your daily life. Can you stand for long periods? Do you have trouble sleeping? Are you experiencing any emotional or cognitive difficulties? Share it all. Remember, the examiner is there to assess the impact of your condition, not judge you. They've heard it all before, so don't hold back. This is your opportunity to paint a complete picture of your experience. Now, let's talk about the day of the exam. Dress comfortably and arrive early to avoid any unnecessary stress. Bring a copy of your claim, your photo ID, and any relevant medical records that you think might be helpful. During the exam, maintain eye contact, be polite, and answer the examiner's questions thoughtfully and honestly. If you don't understand a question, don't be afraid to ask for clarification. It's better to be clear than to assume and provide inaccurate information. And here's a pro tip. Bring a friend or family member along for support. Having someone there to offer moral support and take notes can make a world of difference, especially if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed. After the exam, take a deep breath and relax. You did it. You've successfully navigated another hurdle in the VA claims process. The examiner will submit their report to the VA, and you'll be one step closer to receiving the benefits you deserve. I hope this video has left you feeling empowered and ready to tackle your VA claim head-on. Remember, you've served our country, and you deserve these benefits. Getting your VA claim approved doesn't have to be a struggle. By following these 3 strategies, you'll dramatically improve your chances of success. But here's the thing. You don't have to go through this alone. At Vet Mentor AI, we're here to support you every step of the way. We've got tons of resources, from Nexus letter templates to virtual VSO assistants, all designed to make this process as smooth and stress-free as possible. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to Vet Mentor AI for more veteran-focused tips. Ready to take the next step? Check the description below for tools like our virtual VSO and Nexus letter templates to make your claim process seamless. We're in this together.